From the very first page, the art immediately draws you into this breathtaking world. The use of color and detail is so good. The mountains in the background seem to reach right out of the page. And the way the spiritual energy is depicted as these glowing veins of light coursing through the city is really cool. It creates this sense of mystery and wonder. The people with their unique tattoos and clothing and the subtle glows around them really bring the world to life. It feels like there's so much history and culture here waiting to be explored. And then there's Liwei, our protagonist. The way he's standing on the rooftop with this determined but weary look on his face, clutching this small, worn token in his hand, immediately makes you want to know more about his story. Why does he have that token? What's his connection to the Azure Phoenix? And why does he look so down on himself? It's like the author puts a spotlight on his face and whispers, "Pay attention to this guy. He's about to go on an adventure that will change everything." The flashbacks are also done really well. They add this layer of depth to Liwei as character and make you care about him even more. Seeing him happy and smiling with that older, wiser man, probably his father, makes the present day struggles hit harder. It is like a punch in the gut when you realize something terrible must have happened to this relationship. The dialogue is simple but effective. When the elder places his hand on Liwei's head and says, "You have a strong heart, Liwei. You are destined for great things." It's clear that this is a man who believes in his son's potential, even if he can't see it himself. It's a nice touch to foreshadow Liwei's eventual awakening. The other characters are also well developed. Qin Feng is introduced as this arrogant bully who uses his wealth and power to dominate everyone around him. And Lingyu is the strong, confident girl who doesn't take any crap from anyone. We don't get to know them that well yet, but their interactions with Liwei give us a glimpse of their personalities and set up their roles in the story. What I really appreciate is how the story seamlessly blends action, drama, and humor. One minute you're feeling tense and anxious, and the next you're laughing out loud at some witty banter. It's a nice balance. The pacing is also perfect. Each scene flows smoothly into the next, keeping you engaged and eager to see what happens next. The artwork is fantastic throughout the whole chapter. The fight scenes are dynamic and exciting, and the character designs are unique and memorable. The way the spiritual energy is depicted as these glowing veins of light coursing through the city is really cool. It creates this sense of mystery and wonder. The people with their unique tattoos and clothing and the subtle glows around them really bring the world to life. It feels like there's so much history and culture here waiting to be explored. Overall, I am blown away by this comic. It is a fantastic read that I would recommend to anyone who loves Chinese cultivation stories with a twist of fantasy. The combination of an underdog protagonist, a rich and immersive world, and a plot that keeps you guessing makes this comic a must-read. I can't wait for the next chapter. Please let me know if you enjoyed it too and would like to see more content like this. Thanks for watching. I can't believe we're actually doing this. Hello, friends. Welcome back. Today we are going to do something different. We are going to read and react to the release of Chapter 2 of my comic, The Azure Phoenix. I'm really excited about this because the art is so much better than the previous chapter. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Chapter 2. The first flicker. Page 1. Panel 1. An extreme close-up on Liwei's glowing eyes. The image of the azure phoenix is still faintly visible, a fiery glow beneath the surface of his irises. Liwei thoughts, the spiritual energy. It's not just flowing through me. It's becoming a part of me. That's right. Liwei's eyes glow because he is brimming with so much spiritual energy. It's a nice way to show how full he is of energy after absorbing the phoenix egg. Panel to dot a shot of Liwei on the rooftop, still bathed in a soft, ethereal light. He raises his hand, and a small, shimmering flicker of blue fire appears in his palm. It's delicate and unstable, but it's unmistakably spiritual energy. Liwei whispering, I can finally cultivate again. But this is different. It feels raw, untamed. Oh, yeah. Unlike the controlled and refined spiritual energy of the Azure Phoenix clan, Liwei now has the chaotic energy of the Azure Phoenix. Think of it like the difference between lightning and thunder. Lightning is quick and explosive, while thunder is deep and rumbling. Both are powerful, but they express themselves in different ways. Panel 3. A flashback to his father's words in a thought bubble over his head. The flashback shows his father pointing to a starry night sky. Father's voice memory, my son. The Azure Phoenix clan's power is refined, like polished jade. But the truest cultivation is like a river, it must find its own path. Liwei's dad was telling him that his own path would be different, perhaps more difficult, but ultimately more true to himself. Panel for Liwei looks at the flickering flame in his hand. He then clenches his fist, and the flame disappears, replaced by a firm look of determination. Liwei. This is the first flicker. Now I need to learn to control it. To be continued in Chapter 2. The next morning, a bustling marketplace. Liwei is trying to blend in, wearing a simple hood to hide his face. He is trying to find a spiritual master or a book that can help him understand his new power. Panel 2. He passes by a group of cultivators from the Azure Phoenix clan. He instinctively pulls his hood lower. Qin Feng and a few of his followers are laughing loudly, showing off their techniques for the crowd. Qin Feng loudly. The spirit stones provided by our clan elders are truly a gift from the heavens. My cultivation base has already surpassed 10 of my peers this morning alone. Showing off much. Panel 3. One of Qin Feng's followers notices Liwei. Follower 1. Hey, isn't that the Li family boy? The one who can't cultivate. Follower 2. Haha, he's like a dried up well in the middle of a flowing stream. What's he even doing here? Looking for charity? Qin Feng turns his head, a smug sneer on his face. He gestures with his hand, and a small, sharp gust of wind shoots towards Liwei, ripping his hood away. Qin Feng, look at you. Trying to hide? Are you ashamed of your uselessness? Useless? Liwei is done being pushed around. Panel 4. Liwei stands exposed, his face grim. Lingyu is standing nearby, observing the scene with a cold expression. She doesn't intervene. Qin Feng walks up to Liwei, looking down at him with contempt. Panel 2. Qin Feng, your father was a great man, a hero. It's a tragedy that his legacy died with him. Liwei muttering. Leave my father out of this. Qin Feng laughs, a sharp, cruel sound. Panel 3. He raises his hand, and a spiritual energy constructs a glowing, sharp rock forms above his palm. Qin Feng, what? You want to fight me? A withered waste against a true talent? Narration box. The rules of the city forbid open combat, but Qin Feng is pushing the limit, hoping to provoke a reaction. Liwei feels a familiar flicker inside him. It's the Azure Phoenix energy, pulsating with an almost angry rhythm. He looks down at his hands, which are starting to glow faintly. Liwei thoughts, I can't let him get away with this. Not anymore. Panel 4. Qin Feng launches his glowing rock towards Liwei's chest. The crowd gasps. Liwei doesn't move. He simply raises his hand, and a small, pulsing orb of blue energy materializes in his palm. Liwei's orb hits the rock, and the two energies collide, causing a small shockwave that pushes back the dust and spectators. The rock shatters, and the blue orb holds firm. Crowd whispering, what was that? Qin Feng stunned, impossible. He can't have. Liwei looks up at Qin Feng with a newfound confidence. Liwei, I am a son of the Azure Phoenix clan, and I am no longer a disgraced. Panel 4. A wide shot of Liwei, now standing tall, the blue spiritual energy radiating from him. Qin Feng stands a few feet away, his face a mix of shock and fury. Lingyu watches, a flicker of surprise and intrigue in her eyes. Narration box. A moment of defiance. The first step on a long and difficult path. And that's the end of Chapter 2. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check out the comic. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting. And as always, stay awesome. Okay, let's do this thing. Chapter 3. The Untamed Flame. Page 1. Early morning outside Cloudfall City, in a secluded forest clearing. Liwei pants, sweat dripping down his face. The air crackles with energy round him. The ground scorched in several spots. A few small trees nearby are singed. Clearly, he's been trying to practice his newfound power, with mixed results. Liwei thoughts, the power is there, undeniable. But it's like trying to hold a wild tiger by its tail. Close up on Liwei's hands. He tries to form another blue flame, but it sputters violently, briefly flaring into a small, uncontrolled burst before dying out. Liwei, damn it. It's either too weak or too much at once. There's no control. Frustrated, he collapses to the ground, staring at the wooden token in his hand. It's glowing faintly. He remembers the clash with Qin Feng. Liwei thoughts, yesterday, it just happened. It responded to my anger, my need. But true cultivation isn't about raw emotion. At the edge of the clearing, a new character appears. He is an old, wizened man with a long, gray beard and kind eyes. Dressed in simple, patched robes, he holds a gnarled walking stick. He has a faint, calm aura about him. This is Old Master Feng. Old Master Feng? A wildfire? Indeed. But even the wildest fire can be guided, young one. Liwei jumps up, startled. His blue energy flares instinctively round his hands for a moment before he suppresses it, looking at Old Master Feng with suspicion. Liwei, who are you? How did you find me here? Old Master Feng chuckles softly. A warm sound. Slowly walks closer, his eyes fixed on Liwei's token. Old Master Feng, my old bones lead me where they please. And that token? It hums with a familiar tune. Your father, Li Zhuan, was a friend of mine. Li Wei's eyes widen in surprise. He lowers his guard slightly. Li Wei, you knew my father. The Azure Phoenix clan said he kept to himself. Old Master Feng nods, a hint of sadness in his eyes. Old Master Feng, he sought a different path, away from the clan's rigid ways, and he left you a powerful, albeit volatile legacy. That token holds the essence of the primeval Azure Phoenix. A close-up on the token. It glows brighter in response to Old Master Feng's words. Liwei thoughts, the primeval Azure Phoenix. Not just the clan's symbol, but something older? Old Master Feng gestures to the scorched ground. Old Master Feng, you rely on brute force, hoping the energy will obey. But spiritual power, especially of this ancient lineage, demands respect. It needs to be understood, not wrestled into submission. He picks up a small, smooth river stone. He focuses, and a faint, steady stream of spiritual energy gently flows from his palm, polishing the stone until it gleams. Old Master Feng, like water, it flows where it must, but can carve mountains with patience. Liwei watches, captivated, trying to emulate the calm, focused expression of Old Master Feng, raises his own hand. Liwei thoughts, water, not fire, calm, split panel. On one side, Liwei is shown, his brow furrowed in concentration. On the other side, Old Master Feng is patiently observing him. Old Master Feng, breathe. Feel the connection, not to the token, but to the world around you. The token is merely an anchor. Liwei closes his eyes, takes a deep breath. This time, instead of trying to force the energy, he tries to sense it. He feels a gentle thrumming deep within him. A small, steady blue flame appears in his palm. It's not violent or uncontrolled. It's a calm, even flicker. It glows with a beautiful, pure light. He opens his eyes, a look of profound surprise and relief on his face. Liwei, I did it. Old Master Feng smiles, a knowing look. He places a hand on Liwei's shoulder. Old Master Feng, this is just the beginning. Young one, the path of the primeval Azure Phoenix is not the clan's path. It is far older and far more demanding, but it promises true freedom. Back in Cloudfall City, in the Azure Phoenix clan's main hall, Qin Feng is talking to an older, stern-looking clan elder. He's complaining. Qin Feng, elder son, Liwei attacked me in the marketplace. He used some strange, uncontrolled energy. It's an insult to the clan's pristine cultivation. Elder son strokes his beard, his eyes narrowed. Elder son, Liwei, showing spiritual energy after 3 years? This is unsettling. His father's disappearance was already irregular. Lingyu is standing in the background, listening. She overhears their conversation and looks thoughtful. Lingyu thoughts, Liwei, what exactly? Have you awoken? A final shot of Liwei and Old Master Feng in the forest clearing. Liwei is now practicing, gently guiding the blue flame around a small branch, shaping it. Old Master Feng is watching, a satisfied look on his face. The sun is setting, casting long shadows. Narration box. With guidance, the untamed flame begins to find its true nature. But the clans, watchful eyes have taken notice. That's all for today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time for more adventures of Liwei and friends. Until then, train hard, eat lots of protein, and don't forget to stay cool.